Like they really truly I have a feeling this is exactly how it went down. They had a great idea, expand the client base, and who cares what we do that will piss off the existing client base? We already have them. They're the whales. The whales just buy, 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 buy. The new people, they don't have as much buying power because they're younger. People who are on that side of the culture war, they tend to be teenagers. They tend to be female who, let's be honest, they don't spend as much money on these types of things, right? So they're not going to buy as much. But guess what? It's customers we didn't have before. Let's bring them in. Again, solid advice. Bring in new customers. But not in the way that they did it, because they did it in a way that shut out their current customers. And you don't do that. Just like you said with
Every
comic books and the
comic
comic book
books,
movies.
comic book creators literally said, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my books. They've literally said that.
So
And
crazy, dude.
and
Who
the
does that?
comic book, these people, the thing is, they think that they are right, and they're so close-minded that they think that their belief is the only true belief, the only good belief, or any opposing opinion, like you said, is just evil. And so they're right, and they're on the right side of history. And even if you disagree in a non-clashing way, you're disagreeing, and now
Yeah.
then you're still evil. And the thing is, they've failed to realize, like you just said, the ones with the money to buy these books are those people that you're turning away. That's what the movies failed to see. They started making all of these movies, and people don't, they're sexist. That's why they didn't see this movie. The new Frankenstein movie, The Bride,
Hmm.
perfect example. You have people like the director Maggie Gyllenhaal come out and say, oh, it's the sexist men is because of that the movie flopped. But wait a minute, then if that's the case, where are all the women that you were appealing to? Why didn't they go and
Yeah.
watch the movie?
They don't
That's
care. They
because
don't
they
want to watch
don't.
that. They're
Most
not the
women,
right audience.
yeah, horror movie, women generally don't buy tickets to see a horror movie at the movie theater. They'll see
Yeah.
it with their boyfriend maybe, but that's it. Like,
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's like D&D saying, "Oh, well, these books aren't selling as much because all the people are racist and they don't want to see black characters or people of color or whatever in the D&D books." Okay, where are those people then that you're catering to? Where are they? How come they're not
yeah,
buying the books? Right? It's got nothing to do with that. It's basically literally you're just appealing to an audience that doesn't want your product, and then you're pushing away the people that did want your product and telling them you don't want them to buy your product. It's kind of a stupid. It's like the worst kind of way to run a business. Um, and not just that, but in addition to that, you're ostracizing neutral players. The players who were like not involved in the culture war, didn't want any part of it. I don't necessarily care about the culture war. I'm so over and sick of it. But they ostracized them too. I mean, some people felt like they needed to take a side because they were being forced to
that's I
by
was about to
by the
say that.
creators.
Yeah, a lot of on both extremes. If you don't pick a side, then that means you're against us. And again, for a business, that is such a bad mentality to have for any business. You want
Hmm.
the business from everybody. For you to think that this is the problem is that when you vilify anyone who disagrees with you, then you can justify not selling to those people. I don't
Yeah.
want their business. Which is what the comic book creators. These are Nazis. These are fascists. I don't want them buying my book. I don't want fascists
Hmm.
buying my book. But they're not. They just disagree with you on one or two points, and you've labeled them that, and you've completely destroyed your business because of it, because of your own closed-mindedness.